like and subscribe. Non-Americans of Reddit, what confuses you the most about America? Every state works so differently, they cold beam different countries without needing a president. That was the original intent. 80% of Americans I met are nice people. I thought the ratio of Americans are much higher. Edit 1. I live in Siargao Island, where some expats live, and surf, so I know a few of them. The only people that are not nice to me is a old man and a Karen. The rest are normal who worked hard to feed their family and to enjoy their peaceful life. Edit 2. I live in US right now. Why is one Kansas, and the other not Arkansas? Edit. Also, why is Worcester pronounced Worcester, not Worcester? I studied in MA and this still baffles me. I don't know if this is just about America or most first world countries, but why is living with your parents a bad thing or laughable? We have the third highest disposable income in the world, and one of the lowest unemployment rate, so living at home as an adult is viewed as a lack of basic ambition. That being said, it's a great way to save for a house or retirement. Or just survive, lol. Why the water in the toilet is so high, and the walls of the stall are so high. Edit. It is the gap at the bottom that is too high, not the top of the wall. We poop big. The news portrays Americans as a bunch of ignorant, gun-toting rednecks. But when I travel in the US, they are really nice, friendly and helpful. My car broke down while leaving the Mount Rushmore parking lot and I couldn't get it started again. I must have had 30 other people offer to help in any way possible. Either by letting me use their cell phones to call someone, or look under the hood for the trouble, or offer me a ride. I was thankful to everyone. I came away with a good feeling about Americans, and turned a bad problem into a not so bad problem. Thanks from a Canadian. Valet parking. Why would I want some stranger messing with my car? I can park my own car, thank you very much. Since everyone here drives, finding parking in a dense area can be a massive pain in the so people who can afford it will park valet, because they can just drop it off at the curb right in front of where they're going. That said, I agree with you, and never park valet, not just because I'm not rich but also because you stay out of my car. Oh good, when writing the next BuzzFeed listicle. Why American news are all a bunch of gossip platforms for rumors that no one cares about. It confuses me how come American style homes are so tidy outside. I'm always amazed when I use Google Street View to stroll around some random road in the US. I wonder why and how the houses and backyards look so clean, with newly mowed Bermuda grass and well-painted roofs and walls. I can't help but compare this to my country, which is a developing one. I'm thinking what's wrong with our citizens such that when I use Street View on our streets, they're usually filthy. Ordinary American style homes can only be found in high-class villages and subdivisions here. Edit. Corrected fourth word in the second paragraph from by 2, but it really depends of the area of America. The poorer neighborhoods are a lot messier. How your blood/alcohol limit for what counts as drunk driving is so high. 4x as high as Sweden's. It varies from state to state. For example, Utah has a not a drop law, which will result in a DUI for even a 0.1% back tax not being included on prices in shops. Edit. A lot of Americans have explained this to me. It actually makes perfect sense. See the replies below if you're curious. I don't know if this is true, but from the outside it seems like it. You sell everything trough 6, but then there is somebody's nipple in TV, and it is so bad. You are so nice and very chatty. The lack of electric kettles. How nice and chatty they are really. I think that was the most striking for me living there. It's so easy to start talking to an American, you just have to be within their sight basically. They move a lot, so it's less likely that everyone has their established group of friends and family and minds their own business. They are all at ease branching out and meeting new people. They are also quite considerate. I realized how inconsiderate I was, because I wasn't used to things like being spatially aware, or thinking of others' comfort. Not that I did anything horrible, but it was American small gestures of mindfulness that got me thinking. I had girl apologizing to me for smoking outside a few good meters away from me. People walk in a way that is mindful of the crowd. I think I learned proper walking in New York City, after which many other places in the world irritated the out of me with people who just randomly stop in front of you, or on an escalator, or don't respect the order of getting in and out of metro. But I never even thought about these things before. They're also kind of unassuming, because there's so many people from different places in one place, that it's much harder to make quick judgments about which type is who. I think they also do force eccentricity a bit. It's quite superficial, but just saying it's less likely anyone will think of you as weird for anything. Why every American I meet is so normal and nice, but the news portrays them all as crazy. Edit, missing word d vertical bar arari. Edit 2, this got a lot of comments. Most of them telling me it is the media, and I don't disagree with that. I feel the need to clarify that I'm Canadian, have traveled extensively across America, and lived there for a few years once upon a time. Nice people don't make the news. An ordinary person going about their daily life is boring to read about. A man who stabbed someone at a McDonald's because they were out of ketchup is entertaining. And America is large enough that there's always something crazy happening somewhere. Why everybody when talking about income calculates how much a person makes in a year instead of monthly, like we do in my country. Why is there space under the bathroom stalls? That's not even the worst of it. Why can you see people through the gaps in the hinges? Most awkward eye contact ever. How nice, friendly and welcoming the vast majority of Americans are. The 24/7 news portrayed quite the opposite. You can get a gun license at 18, but need to be 21 to buy alcohol. You can also be drafted and die for your country at 18. But God forbid you have a drink. Sugar being added to make things that should not be sweet incredibly sweet. Examples: milk, pickles, gherkins, and baked beans. Just why? American here. Who the puts sugar in their milk? Edit, *ADDED asterisk sugar. Not naturally occurring lactose. And not milk as an ingredient in a sweet product. Edit, looked at the milk in my fridge. Ingredients, milk. The whole allegory thing. To be honest, most of us don't get it either. It's been a long time, but I remember thinking how weird the menu choices were in restaurants, especially in LA. Like the options were either super healthy or super unhealthy. You couldn't have mid-range meal. One restaurant in particular, pretty much everything was deep fried, unless you wanted a salad. Giant gaps in toilet stall walls. 2. In political parties for 320 plus million people. You have 30 more NFL teams and political parties. 52 more flavors of Ben and Jerry's. You have 4 main Kardashians, 1 forgotten about Kardashian and 2 half Kardashians. And still only 2 political parties. I open at least 8 different porn videos each time I jerk off, because I find it hard to settle on one kink. Your feet fetishists, furries, and my sister, MILF, Latina, anal, threesomes, cuck, interracial, pizza delivery / plumber, and good old-fashioned missionary fans all have to squeeze under one of **TWO** banners politically. What the? America? When you ask an American where they are from, they say PA or GAP or whatever, like when are all meant to have the foggiest idea what the abbreviation stands for. Edited to make the point clearer. On why they use imperial over metric system. All the important things here use the metric system. hospitals, scientists, vehicle repair. We basically just measure our distance and weight in imperial units. Why are the portion sizes so big? A lot of us take home leftovers from restaurants. It's pretty rare to eat the whole meal at once. People generally complain less about having too much than too little. Edit, I know people that purposely go to restaurants to take the food home just for a few meals worth of leftovers. So I'm an American and thought these were gonna be negative, but a lot of them are actually kind of nice. That your elections committees are not non-partisan, but rather whoever is the ruling party sets the election rules. Seems wild that a country with strong values in electing your own leader and democracy, that the elections are not governed by a non-partisan group. Having to tip waiters and delivery drivers. I think some people even tip barbers and electricians. I don't see why they don't just get a fair paycheck from their employers instead. Sugary bread. Why? The work ethic. All the Americans I know are so successful and have made such good choices with their careers, and I guess maybe it's because there aren't the kind of safety nets in the US that I'm privileged enough to have in Europe, but it exhausts me just thinking about it. I suppose I'm not confused, just kind of envious, but also a bit sad, because it seems stressful. Tip is a function of the price of forward o vertical bar, just pay the waiters proper wages lol. I'm generalizing a bit, but the people seem to be divided on almost everything, and both sides can be really extreme. Basically the either you are with us, or you are against us mentality. Those plastic squares that are called cheese. It is not plastic, you gotta take the wrapper off. I am an American born and raised in Puerto Rico. But I am really sick of all the people that have lived in America their entire lives yet constantly complain to the point that they think this is the worst country to live in. Like it is so obvious that they are privileged and pampered. Go to a third world country and see if you still wanna say America is the worst. I still remember when I first came here and was blown away by how much easier and comfortable life was compared to PR. I went from being dirt poor living in a dilapidated house and my family stressing out over whether or not when I'd end up homeless. Then we moved to the US and we now live in a nice cozy apartment and we don't worry anymore about being in the streets. We've got health insurance, and while we're still lower class we still manage just fine, especially compared to life in PR. Moving here pretty much saved my life. If I had stayed in PR I'd probably be dead by now. People think gun violence is bad here, but you don't have a clue. Gun violence is still bad here, don't get me wrong, but it is nothing compared to the I experienced and saw back home. So anyway, while it is of course good to acknowledge the issues in America, it is disingenuous to make it seem as if it is literally the worst place to live. It is far from it. Fahrenheit. Lived there for 4 years, and I still don't understand it. Mayo. 0 is a really cold day, 100 is a really hot day. 70 to 75 is comfortable. The fact the prisons are private. Why is it called N-word and penalized everywhere but said freely in rap/hip-hop songs? The context is important. You've been visited by the ghost of a very important man. Pay your respects by liking and subscribing, and he'll grant you 3 weeks of good luck.